Hi and welcome to another pixel tutorial by EvillSilentPanda. Today I'm going to show you how to do a few things with layers, mostly layers, and just figuring out with the opacity on layers and everything like that. So as always, you can create your new image, open an image from your computer or open an image from a URL. Today I'm going to open one from a URL, which is just this picture here, which is a close-up of an eye, which is mainly what I'm going to show you. It's mainly makeup, I guess. I'm going to paste that in here. If it's going to paste, oh dear. Okay, so that's pasted. I'm going to press OK and it's going to pop up. It's just going to process, and there it is there. Okay, so I'm going to make this bigger, this little button here, and you can press Control plus to actually make it bigger fully. So I'm going to actually do that and make it bigger so you have a better view of it. Okay, so now that's up there like that. I'm going to leave it that big. We're going to actually get the brush tool. Okay, so we have the brush tool here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the layer box. Okay, so I can't zoom in on that, but it is a layer box here. It's under the navigator, and you'll find the background layer. You want to hit down here. It's next to the delete layer. It's the new layer. You just hit new layer and it'll create a blank layer on top of that. So now what you do is you just pretty much, you don't have to down the opacity as I always do. You can just pretty much just grab a brush that's gonna suit your needs. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a color from the color palette. I'm just gonna make it a nice blue. I'm gonna press OK, and that's gonna be like that. Okay, so now all I want to do is just trace around the areas where I want this blue to be. So you notice that it doesn't really look great at the moment, but I'm going to fix that up. So I'll show you how I'm going to fix it up very well now actually. You go into layer, and if you hit this button here, which is the toggle layer settings, then just the mode you want on hard light, so it comes out like this, and you just want to down the opacity so it makes it look a bit more realistic. So that's how you do that. That's pretty simple. You can keep continuing this while it's on hard light and just go around the eye, as I'm just going to trace around the eye and just make it look a bit more better. Okay, so that's just there. I'm just going to make that like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. Obviously you can do a lot better, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, now that layer here, so that's just the eye layer, so you can play around with that layer singly. I'm going to create another new layer, which is that new layer button again, and we've got the background, layer 1 and layer 2 now. Okay, so layer 1 and I did the eyeshadow with, and layer 2 I'm going to change the eye color with. So all I need to do is just grab a brush that fits the eye, so I can actually color that in, and I'm going to make it a green eye. Okay, I'm just gonna hit that so it looks like that. That's pretty simple, guys. Now what I want to do is I want to do the same thing. I want to hit hard light and I want to down the opacity so it's got that green to it. You'll notice that there's a little bit of thing down here, the blue. I'm actually going to grab a smaller brush and I'm just going to go around it to make it a little more realistic. Okay, so now what I want to do is just going to play around with this, aren't I? Okay, now what I want to do is grab a brush that fits this, the black thing in the middle. I'm not sure what you call it. I'm going to go brush 70 on this time because it's absolutely perfect. I'm going to go into the color palette and I'm just going to I'm going to make a black, and I'm going to just click like that, and that's obviously going to make the black darker like it has just done. So you've just changed the eye color pretty simply, and the eyeshadow. Okay, so now I'm going to create another new layer. I'm just going to hit new layer again, and I'm actually going to do the eyeshadow now. So I'm going to grab the brush, I'm going to grab white on the color palette and just quickly trace around the areas I want that to be. Okay, so as you can see now, that's just like that. Doesn't look very good, but you just go down to here, hit hard light and down the opacity. Okay, so that's added some highlights to the eye. Actually just gonna make this a little bit more wider. Okay, so now that's like that, I'm actually going to just, oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Okay, so now, no, I don't want to do that, do I? I've done the wrong thing, haven't I? Okay, so there is a little button that's the layer styles, and what you want to do is you want to do drop shadow, inner glow, or inner shadow, bevel, outer glow, and the inner glow. I do that just to make it a little more, you know, a little more realistic, I guess. Okay, so I'm just not going to do that at the moment, but I'm going to go into layer 2, which is the eye color that we made, and I'm going to hit the layer styles here and do drop shadow, inner shadow. I'm going to bevel it, I'm going to outer glow it, and I'm going to inner glow it, so it's coming out as a nice realistic sort of thing. What you can do now is, if you've got this lightness under here and you don't want that, you can just hit the clone stamp tool and get your brush size that you want. And if you just, if you just use control where you want to copy it, then just hit control where you do want to copy it. So I'm going to go in an area where I can copy from, and I'm going to hit control. Okay, so I've just pressed control and I've clicked, and I'm going to start duplicating. Ooh. At the moment it's not working. Oh, not cool. I'm not sure why that's not working actually. Oh, probably why. Yeah, but that is the duplicate stamp. I will put a tutorial up how to use that duplicate stamp. Probably a lot easier. I'm gonna hit the new layer again, so I've got 4 layers now, not including the background, which is just the original image. Now to add something really, I don't know, something different, I'm gonna grab the brush tool, or obviously make it smaller, and I'm just going to make my brush white, and I'm going to put that in the corner of the eye. Okay, so now that's like that, I'm just gonna, I should just gonna trace the rest of that eye. Okay, there we go. Now all I want to do is hit hard light once again, and down the opacity to about 9, I guess. I'm actually just gonna keep building on this wide area. Okay, so that's like that. Okay, so now all you need to do is, well, that's pretty much just the layers. Now all you need to do, I'm going to create a new layer again, so I have 5 layers, not including the original image. I'm going to go into the brush tool again. I'm going to make it the size I need it, and I'm going to grab a little piece of skin that is not got this brownness, so I can get rid of that. Okay, so now I've got that, I'm just going to, obviously this time around I'm going to down the opacity to about 17, and I'm just going to gradually work with that to make it a little more smoother under the eye, and so there's no excess eyeshadow that's making her look older and tired. So I'll meet you back here when I've done that. Okay, so as you can see, I've actually done that. Actually I have, as I said, I created a new layer to do this, and on purpose too, because I'm going to go into the mode and I'm not going to do hard light or anything. I'm going to hit layer, which is under invert, and that's going to make it look a lot more natural, and I've got the opacity down to 34 here, so it's a little bit more elegantly natural. I have covered up the little blemish that was here. I don't know if you actually noticed that. I'm actually going to, I've noticed that this is a bit weird. This looks a bit weird. So I'm going to go into this layer that I did it on. I think it was that layer. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. There it was. Okay, and I'm going to grab the brush tool, and it's pretty much the same thing. I'm just going to make it white because of the skin color I had on it. and I'm just going to build that up lightly here. So that's just going to make it look a whole lot more natural. It's going to give it a better look, actually, a whole lot better look. So building it up, I will get back to you. I'll come back when I've actually done that, and I'll let you know how I've done it, because actually building it up it can sometimes be hard. I guess you just have to know what you're doing, but you definitely do have to build up with these sort of things so you can get a better effect. So I'll meet you back here when I've done that. Okay guys, so that is the tutorial, because I've just realised that I've actually done almost 11 minutes. So this is the eye beforehand. I'll just zoom that in for you. That's the eye beforehand, and this is after I'm done. So this is before and this is after. So that is just a tutorial on how to work with layers and how to add layers and how to use the modes. So do stay looking out for my new tutorials. I definitely will be actually putting a face to the tutorials very soon, guys. So thank you for watching Pixel Tutorials with EvillSilentPanda.